Dzień dobry, witamy Państwa na konferencji prasowej reprezentacji Polski poprzedzającej mecz eliminacji Mistrzostw Świata z Albanią, San Marino i Anglią. Jest z nami selekcjoner Paulo Sousa. Zapraszam Państwa do zadawania pytań. Proszę bardzo.
Dzień dobry panie trenerze, Mateusz za program Pierwszy Polskiego Radia. Kilka problemów już ma pan, jeśli chodzi o skład, bo wypada panu Mateusz Klich. Pojawiały się informacje, że być może też dowoła pan kilku zawodników. Czy w związku z tym, że jest problem zdrowotny z kilkoma zawodnikami, nie wszyscy grają w klubach, ktoś jeszcze pojawi się w trakcie tego zgrupowania? I będę miał jeszcze jedno pytanie potem.
Yeah, it's not only Clichy. We have other problems. Kasper Kozlowski also have a muscle problem. Then Szymanski also as well. It's a player you are playing only. He have some inflammation on the pubis. We are looking to identify, to help him and support him in this club, together with this club, to doing the right job to try to avoid these symptoms the quicker as possible. Pione, it's a player we talk for a while because he integrates a number of training sessions, but not yet with the team. We thought he had the chance to be involved in the last game. It was possible. For that, we need to waiting for him in October, like Milik, more or less. Kovnaki also as well. Have some problems. For that he stay, and then Plocheta, he was in the list, but it's unfortunately for him. It's a little bit more difficult. But not anymore. After the COVID, it was identified certain things, and they explore, and hopefully for him, he goes to start to training soon, and hopefully we can have him in the near future. And Zieliński. Zieliński will come to us. We spoke with Napoli. Have a big contusion with some muscle ruptures. You have lots of swelling, but he will be with us to try to do it all, everything what we can do. Hopefully to have him in the last game against England. And the collapse, it will be Kamil Piątkowski. It's a player. It's already our thought. It's to be involved with the 120 with the under 21 to have much more games, international games, because it's a player who need to keep progressing his level, competing. But with this situation, we bring him back. And Kamiński, it's the player. We thought also in the beginning with Kuba, Ćwirsok, but they have all the limitations in Japan with quarantine and so on. It's so hard for him. Karbovnik also, we thought on him, but it's changing his club, and his head, it's not in the national team, it's in this club. For that, we thought better to don't bring him. We have a good number. Also with Goralski, it's hopefully it's very close to the return. And also Bielik. It's the players we follow and more close to our national team.
Jeszcze jedno pytanie ode mnie.
If I cannot coach the list, the final list will be published after the press conference. Ostateczna lista 23 piłkarzy będzie podana na naszej stronie internetowej i na Twitterze po konferencji prasowej.
W miniony piątek spotkał się pan z nowym prezesem Polskiego Związku Piłki Nożnej, Cezarym Kuleszą. Jak wyglądało to spotkanie? Czy usłyszał pan jakieś pewne deklaracje? Czy to była czysta kurtuazja? Jakby pan mógł w skrócie mniej więcej opowiedzieć nam o tym spotkaniu? Dziękuję.
Of course, what we talk privately, it remains. What I can say, it's only to show the confidence in me and my staff and in everything what we are doing. And what he showed me in this meeting is someone he wants to do his best for the national team and for the federation and for the Polish football. So that this is something it was very clear and evident.
Dzień dobry, panie trenerze. Marek Ignasiewicz, TVP Info. Ja mam takie pytanie. Mam świeżo w pamięci to, co wydarzyło się podczas finałów Mistrzostw Europy. Jestem ciekawy, czy odciął pan to wszystko grubą kreską, zamknął ten rozdział, rozpoczął nowy, czy też w kontekście tego najbliższego zgrupowania będzie pan bazował na wnioskach, które wyciągnął właśnie po tych, no, co tutaj dużo mówić, nieudanych Mistrzostwach Europy?
I think it's not a question of to cut or close something, because when we want to build something, it's not only the victories but also the mistakes and losses. Support that build it up. And when I arrive here, what I look to build it up, it's the right mentality and identity, a proper identity in our national team and in the Polish football. And this is something we are doing in the daily basis. We make lots of progress. It's lots of things where we need to change, because, of course, when you go to the group phase and we score 4 goals in 3 games, and you don't go through this group phase for the knockout, it's something where we need to keep work. We need to keep work to keep creating a number of opportunities, because to win matches we need to score more than opponents, and we create in all games much more than our opponents. For that, it's something in this part where we have a big room to growing, but mainly it's our mentality about a key moment. It's our defensive transitions, the moment we lose the ball. We need to be much more aggressive on that. We cannot, it's something we are learning to don't give too much space to key players for our opponents. And also, if we are defending better than the past, because we concede much less during all the game than our opponents, especially collectively, individually, we need to be much stronger mentally. And the example more clear I can give to you, and what I go to insist to give to our players, it's the image for Chiellini in the final. He make a mistake, individual mistake, but mentality is to don't allow that player, the opponent, to go through his goal and to create a chance of scoring goal. He make a foul straight away, a yellow, yes. But for that, it's meant individuality need to be for us. Each player need to be really strong to think how is important to each opponent to don't pass through him. And this is something we want to build it up in this mentality. Something we need to keep progressing. I think we are in a good way, and hopefully these come with the victors already on next Thursday.
Dzień dobry, Marcin Fiatek, Polsat Sport. Panie trenerze, tak patrząc na tą listę powołanych i te informacje, które pan przekazał, to zaczynam się trochę martwić, bo do środka pola, tak jak pan buduje ten zespół, tak jak gramy, to właściwie ma pan tylko Linettiego, Modera i Krychowiaka. No może jeszcze Dawidowicz na 6 zagrać. To trochę mało na 3 mecze co 3 dni.
Look, we try also Agustiniak, but he's also injured. The problem, what we need to understand, and it was already touched by us when we spoke sometimes about football, it's we are not a national team like Italy or Spain or France or England, Portugal, German, where when you have a injured player, you can call another player with the same level. We don't have it. But we need to be creative, it's true. To have a player, only to have it, for me, it's not enough. And we need, through the players we have and we believe, we need to go through the process to compete and to win games. And of course, this is already a good vision from you. With this is something we have it consider with the midfielders we have, and we decide to work in this day, to have prepared Davidovic as a midfielder. But I think the game it could be demanding on that. It could be in England, not the first two. For that we are focused mainly in the first one because it's the key one for us. And what we have in mind, more than midfielders, it was wingers and strikers. What we would like to have it. To produce, to have a good number and quality players up front where we can score more than our opponents. Because we think for the first game what we have, of course we would like to have other ones and with options, with more options for the starting 11 and also during the match. We don't have it, but what we have it, we are quite confident they will be enough for win the first match.
A co pan ewentualnie zrobi, jeżeli Zieliński nie będzie w stanie grać? No bo to jest jednak, jeszcze raz zapytam, to są mecze co 3 dni, mamy 3 ludzi do środka pola plus ewentualnie Dawidowicz.
We think in Zelu on in the last game, if he could recover for the last game. For that it's, we still have a good number of players for the first and the second game. The second game is something we want to talk after Albania because we need to be concentrate completely in Albania matches on Thursday. Of course, we cannot forget. If you remember one of the games against San Marino, we won, I think it's 93 minutes, no, only. It's because in these modern games, it's very tough to win. But we are focused completely in this game, and with the players we have, we feel really confident to win. With all the difficulties Albania goes to create us, because it will have, for me, it's a team much more strong defensively, more compact than Hungary to comparing in our group phase. Probably could be with less quality, individuality in the certain positions, but defensively they are stronger. The space between players have the same line, and between lines it's very close. For that we need to be really quick in decisions. We need to be very accurate on the passing. We need to have the right mentality because we need to run a lot. We need to be really concentrate to win this match against Albania. But I'm quite confident with what we have it in mind regarding the players we have to win. And to win more than also the players we have, and I profit this moment, it's to have a full stadium. We have it already for the feedback I have it for against England. It's sold out, but against Albania not yet. And it's against Albania. We compete for our to go to the World Cup for our qualification. For that, it's really, really important, and hopefully all our fans could be on the stadium to push us, because their energy is vital, to push us, to press us in a good way, positively way, to get this result.
Dzień dobry, trenerze. Adrian Mielnik, TVN24. Na wstępie chciałem złożyć życzenia, życzyć wszystkiego najlepszego, bo dzisiaj trener obchodził urodziny, także wszystkiego najlepszego tutaj od nas, wszystkich polskich dziennikarzy, a także kibiców. I chciałem zapytać o niestety smutną informację, która w sierpniu się pojawiła. Łukasz Fabiański zakończył swoją karierę w reprezentacji po 15 latach. Czy trener z nim rozmawiał? Kiedy się trener dowiedział o tej decyzji? No i czy ewentualnie starał się trener przekonać Łukasza, żeby chociaż został do końca tych eliminacji, żeby właśnie pojechał być może nawet na mundial w Katarze? Wiadomo, to już niestety się nie wydarzy. To moje pierwsze pytanie.
Yes, I spoke. You called me before announced. We spoke. It's not a question of convincing him or not, because it's not a easy decisions to be done. I remember myself when I made it, and how I passed, but he have his reasons where he spoke it already, announced already why he took that decision. For me, and what I told him, he never left. Also, he need to be present, like it was always, playing or not playing, because it's amazing person, not only amazing goalkeeper. And if football give to us players and coaches the possibility to have lots of great emotions, and to allow us to give good things to us and to our families, I think we need to pay also a tribute to the football. For that, I think him, and hopefully he could, and I encourage him to do that, because he have lots of things to do it still for the national team, for his country, but also when he take the decisions to finish his career. For that, it's where you need to be prepared to do that, because it's a very intelligent and clever person. As a person, it's amazing, big heart. He knows how to interact, communicate, have lots of experience in football, and hopefully he can also keep delivering, special to his country.
Dziękuję. Drugie moje pytanie. Chciałem zapytać właśnie, jaki jest argument trenera merytoryczny za powołaniem Krzysztofa Piątka na te zgrupowanie, bo wiadomo, Krzysztof miał kontuzję, doszedł do siebie, wrócił teraz dopiero do Berlina, zaczął biegać, a wiadomo, że chociażby Kamil Grosicki, który nie grał przed Euro, nie został powołany na kadrę, no i nie przyjechał, a wiadomo, że jest zasłużonym piłkarzem dla naszej reprezentacji, więc chciałem zapytać właśnie, dlaczego Krzysztof został powołany. No i drugie pytanie związane również z powołaniem, jakby trener właśnie ocenił Nikolę Zalewskiego za AS Roma. Dlaczego właśnie on znalazł uznanie w oczach trenera? Dziękuję.
Look, I started with Piona. Piona, like I told you, we have been following his progress, and it was quite close to training with the team and to be involved on the game against Bayern. And if he feels it in conditions to do that, playing 5-10 minutes for us in the national team, it's a big impact. It's a big impact, and we need to make big difference between two characteristics and two different positions of players, because you are comparing Grosicki or Kamil to Piona, and you cannot compare on that. And then with Grosicki, if you remember, because when you make a question, you need to remember, in March, it was the last game he played with us, 10-20 minutes. We tried to help him and support him, and we follow him during all the process till the European. on that. And we make other decisions with other players in that time, because and this is also a message I pass inside of the team and the group, and also through you guys. National team, you need to be above of everybody, above of our players, above of me, about everybody. Poland, it's the most important. We cannot be selfish. We cannot thinking in ourselves. And what I hope with him and with other ones, they are not cold. It's they do it their best to support and to help the progress and development of the national team. Nicola, we follow already from last season in Primavera. I spoke also last season with Tiago, the general director from Rome, and in that time it was Paulo Fonseca, the coach, to try to find out if it's a player where they thinking on them in the near future. Hopefully, José, where I was also to talking with them last week. He get a chance in the pre-season to be involved not only in the training sessions, but also in the competition. For me, one of the things, the three most important factors to develop a player, it's the quality of the trainings, the competition of the teammates, because the intensity, the quality, the teammates they have helps and support the development of the players, and then the competition. Sometimes we cannot have the three of them. Probably with Nicola during the follow season, it will be not easy to integrate this competition. But for what I saw it's a player who have a capacity associative with the others. Lately, with José, he have been playing and working as a left winger. It's something we are thinking about also as well. Have speed, technically is really good. Speed with the ball, without the ball, to attack deepness. You have goal, have final pass. Like I said, it's associative his game, for that it's easy to deal. And not like him, if you pay attention from my beginning here, I'm thinking on new generation. And I'm thinking to bring players they could make part in the near future, an important part in the national team. For that, it's a player we think about, like others we want to bring, but if we have a good base, a strong base in our national team, already made with our game model, already identified, much more easier to integrate also players. For that, slowly we're coming to integrate, to make sure they will have a great future in the national team, and that helps the national team to win matches.
Mam jeszcze kolejne dwa pytania. Odnośnie powrotu Roberta Lewandowskiego, mam na myśli to, że będzie mógł zagrać w meczu przeciwko reprezentacji Anglii. Jak duże będzie to wzmocnienie dla naszej reprezentacji, patrząc na jego fantastyczną formę i ostatnio strzelony hat-trick, 301 bramek w barwach Bayernu? To pierwsze pytanie.
From the way we compete in England, with him it's extra. We have other players in that time. This is a different moment, but the most important thing, like I told you before, it's Albania. It will be vital for us, for our qualification, and we need to be focused only on this game. And of course, Robert, he started like he finished. scoring goals. It's the most he loved to do. But we cannot forget, and we spoke also about that. In Bayern, he have 5, 6, 7 opportunities sometimes in the game. It's a team made already, base it's very clear, with quality players. They are interacting between them in the daily basis, so that it's much easier. Robert, he understands it's not like that. He working 3 times more, and this we saw it, and we have statistically also database to to present to him and to everybody how he need to works 3 times more to keep doing the difference and scoring goals. It's something he don't get this feeling already for a while in the national team, but since we arrive, it's doing goals, something he loves to do it, and of course associating other players near to him and being more strong with our dynamics offensively, he will keep scoring. For that, like I said, we have another part of the game where we need to be quite strong. It's our defensive transitions, our individuality decisions when we don't have the ball, to make sure we win matches.
Panie trenerze, mówi Dawid Szymczak z Sport.pl, mówi pan o różnych wnioskach z Euro. Ja chciałbym zapytać o ten podstawowy. Czy jest jakiś jeden konkretny problem, który pojawił się po analizie Euro, nad którym chce pan pracować podczas treningów na tym zgrupowaniu, żeby jak najszybciej temu problemowi zaradzić?
What I would like to change, but it's not up to me because I cannot control that, it's to have the best players always with us, to be more regularly in all our dynamics, because if it's not with other players, we need to keep always adjust things and request new players slightly different things. And also in these moments, we don't training, we recover. Players to make sure players they could perform physically and mentally the best they can in each game.
To jeszcze zapytam o Roberta Lewandowskiego, czy w związku z tym, co się wydarzyło poprzednio, kiedy grał z Andorą, kiedy doznał kontuzji, czy pan teraz zakłada, żeby w tym meczu z najsłabszą drużyną teoretycznie, z San Marino, nie zagrał i żeby był gotowy na Anglię i żeby dmuchać na zimne, jak to się mówi?
The safe side, it's always to do what players they love to do. It's playing football and scoring goals with him. But for me, with him, I think the best players they need to be always in the pitch. And we talking this morning with my staff about the players that are used to play 3 games in 10 days. And if you go to the list, you don't have too many, probably only him.
Proszę.
Tak, Patryk Janiek, TVP Sport. Panie trenerze, z taktycznego punktu widzenia, jaką reprezentację Polski powinniśmy zobaczyć przeciwko Albanii? Jak nastawioną?
Near or less what you have been seeing with us. It's focus to control the game with the ball the time we can. We want to be much more vertical, much more quicker to achieve the last third or the box of our opponents. We want to have a good number of players on the box because the players we have been have the chance to be involved on the game. Not many they have the capacity to create their own space and anticipate opponents on the box. For that, we need to have more numbers, because if you remember, we cross a lot. We have a good numbers on the box, but we still not finishing the number of opportunities we have. For that, we need to have much with different players like Milik or Piona. Players, they are really aggressive on the box. They know how to create space for themselves. They know how to anticipate opponents to finishing. For that, we need to have a good number of players on the box, like we saw it in the European. But we need to score more goals, of course. This is what I want. I want to keep seeing our team to press all the time, to win the ball the quicker as possible, and hopefully the closer is possible to the opponent's goal. When it's not possible and our block is low, we need to keep be really intense, because this is something we are not so regular. When we drop our block, we are a little bit more passive, and it's something we need to keep improve. And like I said it in the beginning, we need to have a strong mentality in the moment we lose the ball. For that, we need to have a prevention positions from players they have behind the ball to don't allow counterattacks, and to be really strong on decisions individually, mentally, really strong on this action, to don't allow the opponents to go to our goal. This is what I want to see it in all the games we have ahead of us.
Panie trenerze, kiedy rozpoczynał pan pracę z reprezentacją Polski, jedną z pierwszych pana decyzji, o których się dowiedzieliśmy, było postawienie na Wojciecha Szczęsnego jako bramkarza numer 1. Biorąc pod uwagę ostatnie występy Wojtka Szczęsnego i w reprezentacji, ale także w Juventusie, na dzisiaj dla pana to także jest pewny numer 1, jeżeli chodzi o reprezentację Polski. Bartłomiej Drągowski oraz Łukasz Skorupski mogą rywalizować tylko o tą pozycję rezerwowego, czy też coś się w tej kwestii zmieniło?
No, nothing changed. Keepers, it's like that. It's something I spoke often with Wojtek. Because for me it's one of the key points where you need to improve a lot. It's the concentration, the approach of this concentration before and during some matches, but it's not easy to deal. Some ones they are much more regular than the others, but this is something you need to keep improving. For me, is still the best. Hopefully. Fortunately, in Poland, you have great goalkeepers. It's a big school doing a great job. And we have much more goalkeepers we love. And we have with certain different characteristics, but ready in the near future to play a role of first goalkeeper coach and first goalkeeper in the national team. And it's not Drągowski only or Skorup. We have also Majestic here. He was here, top player. We saw it again in Champions. What quality player, goalkeeper it was, and Grabara. It was very clear, very close to bring him before the European. You don't have that chance because with COVID and changing and so on to feel it. Of course, it's not only for us who counts the quality as a goalkeeper, but also the mentality, the interaction, the behavior on the group, because as a national team, we need to build also family, strong family together. Don't be selfish, don't thinking on in themselves, but always in the team. And this is something we need to balance and take decisions for all the information and all the feeling we have through the personality of the players. It's not in our radar. We need to thinking in the future, in the near future, and all the goalkeepers we have here, they are, in our opinion, better than him.
Jeszcze raz, Mateusz Zieliński za program Pierwszy Polskiego Radia. 2 pytania ode mnie. Zaraz zamknięcie okienka transferowego w najważniejszych ligach. Czy ma pan jakieś sygnały, że ktoś z kadrowiczów może opuścić zgrupowanie, bo zbliża się jego transfer, albo być może ma pan jakiegoś jednego z zawodników, 2, może więcej, kogo chciałby pan, nie wiem, być może właśnie przekonać do takiego ruchu ze względu na to, że nie gra na przykład w jakimś klubie?
I don't play this part to convince players to change clubs. I'm looking to coach players, giving a strategy in our national team to win matches, supporting them, interacting emotionally. When they want to have a chat regarding that, I will have it naturally, looking to be the most balanced and more honest, like I always try to be with everybody. On transfer windows, you saw it. If you see, 2 considerations. One, we try to use also the national team to help and support and encourage players, clubs in the top leagues to follow our players, to help them to progress quicker. But like we saw it, players, when the most of the players, the Polish players, they go abroad, they have lots of difficulties to start to play straight away. They need to have much more time to play. But it's a key, in my opinion, to have a new environment where the demanding of the complexity of the game is higher regarding intensity, concepts, competition, communication, mentality, concentration, focus, to progress. And when they come to the national team, they have more base to deliver to the national team.
3 mecze w ciągu tygodnia, a krótka kołdra się wydaje po tym, jak kilku zawodników panu wypadło. Wspomnieliśmy o Piątku, Szymańskim, Kozłowskim, Klichu i tak dalej. 2 powołani w ich miejsca. Pewnie tydzień temu ta sytuacja była lepsza, ale teraz kilku zawodników kluczowych nie gra. Wiemy, jaka jest sytuacja między innymi Jana Bednarka. Czy pan nie obawia się tego, że ten skład jest za wąski, jak na 3 mecze, kluczowe, być może najważniejsze w pana dotychczasowej karierze, oprócz oczywiście Mistrzostw Europy, no bo teraz mogą się zaważyć losy reprezentacji w kontekście awansu na Mistrzostwa Świata.
Of course, me and all of you guys would like to have all the strikers in form, in shape with us. Because, like I said from the beginning, the analysis I made it to the national team and players on the national team, for me, it's really clear. The best quality we have and where we need to feed in our game, it's our forwards. But unfortunately, we don't have all them together. In the first game, you remember, also Milik was in shape. But in first game, we scored 3 goals in 1 game, and we could score more. It's something we want to have. And like in one of the previous questions, it was also mainly the short. It's our midfielders. We have in mind in the first 2 games we think we don't have a big problem. On the last game, it could be, but we have also ideas. Because, like I said, to bring a player only to have and to make number, for me, it's not the correctly way.
Ostatnie pytanie, prosimy.
To ja jeszcze dopytam, bo mimo wszystko martwi mi tych 3 ludzi w środku boiska plus Dawidowicz ewentualnie. Czy w związku z tym możemy zakładać, że troszeczkę pan zmieni ustawienie, taktykę, strategię, żeby przynajmniej jednego z nich zostawić sobie na ławce, gdyby coś się wydarzyło, bo tak nominalnie ma pan 3 ludzi do środka boiska plus Dawidowicz.
This is one good consideration. It's not changing tactically because we don't have time to change too much. We need to go through what we have been done in the European and what in the training camp and also in the previous games with different. We have some variations in our system, but the idea of playing we need to be more or less the same. But you are in the good track, in the good way to consider instead to have all the 3 on the pitch. We have a thought to have one of them on the bench to refresh. It could be. It's not yet clear that decision, but it could be.
Dziękujemy, to było ostatnie pytanie na dzisiaj. O 17 jest trening na Legii, na bocznym boisku Legii, jest otwarty. Today training, 15 minutes open or how?
Yes, because we... No.
15 minutes.
Sorry about that, but
We don't have, nie mamy czasu.
try
Tak.
to...
Też jest zmiana odnośnie jutrzejszego treningu, który tam pierwotnie planowaliśmy na popołudnie, ale będzie rano. Około 10:30, jak skończymy odprawę, wyjedziemy na trening. Też będzie kwadrans otwarty. O 13:45, Robert. Treningi są na Legii, tak, na bocznym boisku. Także dziękujemy i do zobaczenia.